The sun was sending its golden rays across the horizon, announcing the beginning of a new day. But for Ahmed, Sarah, Ali, and Layla, this day held an adventure they never anticipated. The four friends, united by their love for exploration and adventure, decided to spend their weekend on a deep camping trip inside the Silent Shadows forest, a forest known for its mysterious tales and frightening rumors. Ali exclaimed, pointing his finger towards a spot that appeared darker than its surroundings. Weeds grew profusely around it, climbing its cracked walls, giving it a terrifying appearance. The house door was partially open, as if inviting them to enter. The friends cautiously approached, and with every step closer, their heartbeats quickened. What they saw was an old, abandoned house, looking as if it had been forgotten by time. They packed their bags with the necessary equipment: tents, sleeping bags, flashlights, and ample food. They set off early in the morning, their excitement filling the air. They heard a faint sound coming from the upper floor. Sarah whispered, gripping Ahmed's arm tightly. They all stopped. The room door slammed shut behind them with tremendous force, creating a booming sound that shook the house's foundations. Layla and Sarah screamed at once, while Ahmed and Ali tried to open the door, but it was tightly locked. Ahmed said, step by step, the wooden floor making eerie creaking noises with every movement. In one of the rooms, they found an old bed. The rooms on the upper floor were even more terrifying. I'm sure of it. In the middle of the basement, there was an old wooden table, with a set of strange tools and some melted candles on it. The place looked like a scene for strange rituals. But the sounds intensified, and they began to feel a strange coldness penetrating their bones. They quickly turned around and saw a white ghost appearing out of nowhere. Ali shouted, pushing his friends ahead of him. They tried to open it with all their might, but it was tightly locked. The ghost was slowly approaching them, and the place grew colder with every step it took. The ghost was wearing tattered clothes, its eyes were empty, and its face was disfigured. He quickly grabbed it, inserted it into the lock, and the key turned with difficulty. The door opened with a loud creak, and the four friends rushed outside, running as fast as they could, without looking back. Suddenly, one of the paintings hanging on the wall fell with a loud crash, revealing a small opening behind it. Ahmed drove the car at a frantic speed, getting away from that cursed forest. Layla said, they didn't talk much about what happened that day, but their looks spoke volumes about the horror they had experienced. They learned a lesson they would never forget. Some adventures should remain just stories, and some places should remain untouched by exploration. Ali picked up the book. Its pages were yellow and worn, and since that day, none of them ever approached the Silent Shadows forest again. Trembling with fear, and next to it a table with an open book and scattered papers, filled with strange writings and incomprehensible drawings. Trying to calm himself and his friends, but his voice was trembling, Ahmed shouted, look over there. Signs of panic starting to show on him, and the blood froze in their veins. With every step they took, the forest trees grew denser, their branches intertwined to form a natural canopy that blocked the sunlight, giving the place an aura of mystery. After hours of walking, while they were searching for a suitable place to set up their camp, Ali spotted something strange among the tangled trees. Sarah said in a low voice, her astonishment mixed with fear in her eyes. Sarah exclaimed, pointing to the opening, an abandoned house deep in the forest. The house was built of dark wood, its windows broken, and their empty eyes staring at them as if welcoming them into another world. Ahmed said enthusiastically, being the first to move towards the door. I can't believe it. Ahmed and Ali used all their strength, and after minutes of effort, the floor was covered with a thick layer of dust and fallen leaves. Then went out completely. Ali shouted, trying to hide his fear. Leaving the room in complete darkness, they began to try and widen the opening. They managed to remove some wooden planks, allowing them to crawl through. They found themselves in a narrow, dark corridor, leading to what appeared to be a basement. They only had Ali's flashlight, whose light was weak and barely revealed their surroundings. They heard faint whispers coming from the corners of the room, as if someone was breathing next to them. Old, worn-out furniture was scattered in the rooms, covered with tattered white sheets, giving the place a ghostly atmosphere. We must go in and explore it. Are you sure, Ahmed? It looks very scary, Layla said hesitantly, feeling a shiver run down her spine. Don't be afraid, Layla. It's just an adventure, Ali replied. Following Ahmed, the four friends entered the house slowly and cautiously. The air inside the house was cold and heavy, smelling of dust and decaying wood. As they wandered through the lower floors, what's that sound? Maybe it's just the wind. They decided to go up to the upper floor. Suddenly, what's happening? There's something here. The smell of mold was stronger, and the walls were covered with moss. Ahmed's flashlight began to flicker. Who's there? There was no reply. Look. Without hesitation, the basement was more terrifying than the house itself. As they cautiously advanced, they heard a loud sound coming from behind them. Run! The friends rushed towards the basement exit, which was an old wooden door. In a moment of despair, Ahmed spotted an old key hanging on a nail next to the door. They ran through the dark forest, their hearts almost leaping out of their chests. They didn't stop until they reached their car. When they arrived at their homes, they were exhausted and terrified, but they were alive.